stay in the Middle East because the boss of McDonald's has said that the fast food giant is seeing a meaningful hit to its business because customers in the region and elsewhere have been boycotting the chain for its perceived support of Israel. With more, here's the BBC's Michelle Fleury in New York.
Some major Western brands have found themselves hit by grassroots, often unplanned boycotts because of their stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict. And this includes McDonald's. In a message on LinkedIn, McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczynski wrote that the burger chain is experiencing a meaningful business impact due to the war and associated misinformation.
I love the fact that corporations are now using political speak. Right? Like a private enterprise is now talking like the Democrats, and it's like, well, it is our duty to safeguard society against misinformation because we as Americans have a very fragile democracy, and a single lie can shake the very foundation of our world. So we need to crack down on people speaking online and speaking their mind. And you have a corporation that's like, you know what? We should be politicians as well. That is such a great idea. The interesting thing is that there is no politician that has ever lived, lives, or will live that is going to get 100% of the votes. I mean, if you're a politician and you even get like 60% of the votes, that's insane. Okay, especially in a multi-party system. So when you're a corporation and you have like so many competitors, why on earth would you want to be like a politician? Because by getting just like 60%, you're alienating the other 40. It makes no financial sense. Like you as a company should be for everyone. You're serving burgers. Like this should not even be anywhere near the conversation. It's like, are you eating Israeli burgers or are you eating Palestinian burgers? Like what? How does that make any sense? Okay, like this is not even about McDonald's. Like this is the norm for American companies. That like they're not just making magnets anymore. No, they're making Democrat magnets. You know, like our magnets have a flag on them, the rainbow flag. The Black Fist flag. Our beer company is now taking a stance against people who are fratty and out of touch. It's like, why can't you just have the dollar sign on your product? Why don't you want to make money, right? Like unless you're suggesting that politics are so important that like some people have better money than others. Like for example, the dollar of a bigot is less worthwhile than the dollar of a non-bigot, then what are you doing? And I love it. It's like he went on and he said that in every country we operate, including Muslim countries, McDonald's is proudly represented by local owner-operators who work tirelessly to serve and support their communities while employing thousands of their fellow citizens. Do you think that people who don't go to McDonald's are going to not take their business elsewhere? And that elsewhere isn't run by also people that are part of the local community? I mean, honestly, you know, did you think that before McDonald's, people didn't have restaurants? Not to mention, like, the absolute state that McDonald's is in right now, to the point where there are other places where you can go and you're going to have a better fine dining experience for the same cost. Like, seriously, I looked at the prices at McDonald's and I was like talking to my wife and I'm like, why would we go here? I mean, sure, you know, it used to be cheap, it used to be great, but now it's like with the same amount of money that we pay here, we can go to an actual restaurant and eat an actual meal. Like, there's no justification to go to McDonald's, right? So when they're like this, they're deciding to be political. And especially, you know, this is the mindset of the left. They do not believe that there is different sides of the same opinion. No. Like they believe that our politics are correct, everyone else is wrong, and people who are wrong should be ostracized anyway. They should not eat a burger, they should not go to a football event, they should not... In the case of the Middle East, it's hilarious because within the left-leaning group, like within the left-leaning ideology, the people that were always happy canceling others, now there is disagreement. Like within politicians, like you have people from the squad, you have university like Harvard, right, which is seeing a rise in anti-Semitismus. Like the left can't agree which side on this conflict they should stand, because on one part you have like the corporations and the establishment who are clearly on the side of Israel, and on the other part you have the woke individuals, the foot soldiers that apparently have gone AWOL, and they do not appreciate a nation that's a cisgender, heteronormative, straight white patriarchy that's colonizing and like that's what they think, because that's what they've been taught in universities, right? So now you have like these different individuals within the left. Why would you want to take side if you're wanting to sell burgers? You don't even have to touch this conversation. You don't even have to care. Isn't it like so much better when you just don't care and you put a product and just people have it? I mean, that's how it used to be, right? But now it's not like that. Now they know that their product is shit. Now they know that their product is expensive. I mean, it hasn't gotten any better. When is the last time McDonald's came out with an actual good product? I'm genuinely curious, like, do these companies even invest money on improving the product? Because ever since these companies have gone woke, every single one of them, they're not coming up with better products. They're not coming up with something cheaper. No, they're coming up with like meaningless virtue signal political campaigns. Like, are they actually helping the war effort in Israel? No. But they wanted to make a moral stance on it. They wanted to, you know, have a political talking point. It's like there can't be something that's happening in the world without McDonald's having a way in on it. To be honest, they're not as bad as Ben and Jerry, okay? Like you can go worse than McDonald's, right? Like you can go Ben and Jerry, you can go Budweiser, like there are different levels. But I see it everywhere now, right? It's almost as if I tell my wife, hey, you know, we ran out of toilet paper today. McDonald's has to break in, like Ronald McDonald, the fucking clown, has to come into my house to give an opinion about this. To let me know, it's like, well, actually, V, you should have thought about it before. It's like, what the fuck are you doing in my house? Even if you're right, fuck off. You know, it's like, you get to see it on Twitter every single time. There's like even some remote controversy. All these companies, they come up and they voice their opinions. You know, it's interesting, like all of these companies were supporting BLM, right? Like not the sentiment, but the organization, which ended up having a lot of corruption in it. Have any of these companies apologized? And everyone said, it's like, oh, so like the money that you guys donated, yeah, they didn't actually go to neighborhoods or to impoverish people. No, they went to activists and politicians, and we're sorry, you know, we just didn't know. Not a single fucking one did it. Not a single one, but apparently, you know, they're incredibly opinionated. And they're never wrong, ever. You know, like you have companies coming out and talking about the cisgender, heteronormative, patriarchal society and how evil and racist America. They never talk about their companies. Many of these companies used to do business with the Nazis, not McDonald's. But like, for instance, Coca-Cola, you know, ask them about Fanta. It's interesting, like Coca-Cola had this lecture where they would tell their employees about the racism and about all of this nastiness, right? Teaching them about systemic racism. They didn't teach them about the history of Coca-Cola, though. Why isn't that? Why didn't they? Do they not need to know? I mean, they need to know the history of racism in America, sure, and how evil. I think like what caused the outrage is because like they had the idea that whiteness is evil, right? So like that's something that you need to know. But they didn't talk about how Coca-Cola invented Fanta. You know, the reason that I find this scary, if you look at the top 500 American companies, every single one of them is woke. Like every single one of them has pledges to diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative. Every single one of them has political takes on everything. This is not good business. If America top 500 companies collapse, and by the rate they're going, because they're not making better products, they're not making something more affordable, but instead they're just pushing out this wokeness garbage. If they keep doing this and they collapse, it's going to be really interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with a lot of people's savings. Like many people invest their saving accounts in these companies. The damage is going to be catastrophic. But anyway, right, it is what it is. Yeah, I guess like McDonald's did nothing wrong according to the BBC. Like it's a company that had a political statement, especially in a military like you know, there are a couple of things that are called sensitive subjects even on YouTube. So like, why would you, a burger company, want to even be remotely near something as controversial? Especially when you do business in the Middle East. Makes no sense. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.